Here are 5 mistakes that you're making when you brew coffee at home. My credentials: I have been a barista for 10 years. I'm a certified trainer with the Specialty Coffee Association. I have made and seen these mistakes made time and time and time again. Mistake number 1, not using a scale. Time and time again, I've helped people pick out their coffee setups, and then as soon as we start talking about a scale, they're like, whoa, I'm not fancy enough for that yet. A scale is not about being fancy, it's about adding clarity to the process. So much about coffee brewing is knowing how much coffee you're using relative to how much water you are using, and a scale adds clarity to that process. It's just like baking. While you can scoop, a scale is always going to be more accurate. Which leads me into mistake number 2, not cleaning your machine. Your machine does not need to be seasoned like a cast iron pan. In fact, not cleaning it will cause more harm than good. No one wants to clean an extra thing, particularly something that requires all this extra effort and active effort. I get it, but it makes a huge difference with coffee equipment. Cleaning will make your coffee taste better and your machine live longer. Which brings us to mistake number 3, not choosing the right coffee beans. Your coffee bean choice really matters. And with all the different roasters and coffee bean types out there, it's worth finding out what you like. And there's a lot you can do at home as a barista, from changing the ratio to manipulate the coffee's strength, changing the temperature and grind size to find the extraction level you like, but that can't change the coffee's inherent traits. For example, a dark roast will always have the elements of roast, so smokiness, that rich extra depth. A light roast single origin may have these tart acidic qualities that are always going to be present. My goal when brewing a coffee is to highlight all of the coffee's best qualities and not make an attempt to hide things that are maybe undesirable. Best way to solve this is to experiment with a bunch of coffee to find the coffee that you like. Sometimes I want the nostalgic taste of a dark roast, sometimes I want like a super experimental light roast, and other times I like somewhere right in the middle where we have a coffee that's nice, balanced, and sweet. Which brings me to mistake number 4. You're not being mindful. Now, I'm not always my most mindful self before I've had my first cup of coffee. But if I'm not checked in, I rob myself of the experience and the routine that I rely on to wake myself up in the morning, and my coffee doesn't turn out great. If I take time to set my intention, enjoy and savor the process, I feel more rejuvenated and my coffee turns out better. And lastly, chasing perfection. I think perfection is something we all need to learn to let go. It's so hard when there's a known target in mind, whether that's the recipe you set, the timing you expect, or the roaster's recommended tasting notes on the bag of coffee. At the end of the day, it's all about enjoying the process and the beverage that you've created.
Blah, blah, blah. Beans in a glass. Okay.
I'm doing my best.